Everyone, and welcome to DealBox Daily, episode 19. I'll be your host, Brendan McShane, and we are here to go through all the latest crypto and blockchain news so you don't have to. Go from blockchain, digital assets, fintech, DEX, cryptos, all the above. And if you want to learn more about your private placement or alternative investments, category design, please check out DealBox. That's dlbx.io. And here we're going to jump into our first article. NBA icon Steph Curry buys Bored Ape NFT for $180,000. Since the sale, there have been a few offers on his NFT. Although they are far below the price that he paid for it, the NFT was previously sold for 1.5 ETH, 4,800 at the time, 3 months ago, and 0.68 ETH, 2,200 at the time before that. This also is right after the snapshot that Bored Ape holders will be receiving a mutant serum per ape. They haven't said exactly what it's going to do yet, but they think it's going to make some kind of bored mutant ape, something along those lines. But we can see here, Bored Ape has definitely has a significant cut with $79 million worth of revenue this month alone. Actually, wait, yeah, that's nuts. They have given away in the past, though, $850,000 to an orangutan charity, which is nice at Bored Ape Yacht Club. Steph Curry, though, has been part of the crypto community. In 2018, he was the brand ambassador, basically, for CryptoKitties, so this is not his first time around with NFTs or being in the space in general. Square's Jack Dorsey plans to build a centralized Bitcoin exchange. The Square and Twitter CEO first announced the plans to create an open developer platform in July. Mike Brock, who was named the lead of the initiative, tweeted separately that this is the problem we're going to solve. Make it easy to fund a non-custodial wallet anywhere in the world through a platform to build on and off ramps into Bitcoin, and think about this as a decentralized exchange for fiat. Don't know exactly the details that will come out with Bitcoin being on a decentralized exchange, but I guess it'll be interesting to see because they're going to have to tie in some stable coins, and they're going to have, as they said, there's going to be some scalability issues, I think, with this one. Because most people that are going to use decentralized exchanges already are going to be using Wrap Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or something of the such, an alternative on the Ethereum network to hold their Bitcoin or buy it, or they can buy it onto a centralized exchange and then put into a private wallet. I can't think of the top of my head, though, any actually decentralized exchange built natively for Bitcoin. Gone in 30 seconds, Yield Games sells 2.5 million tokens in 30 seconds. So one thing before we're going to jump right into the article, I want to say about about them selling 2.5 million a token in 30 seconds is we kind of discussed this before with selling a million NFTs in 30 seconds. This could be one person buying this whole thing. They could just have one investor that just wanted to invest 12.5 million into Yield Games, and they just bought it, and so they could say it's out in 30 seconds as a media hype. Don't really know how many wallets are even there. Don't even know how many custodians are there. But even if it's multiple wallets, it could still be one person. That doesn't guarantee anything. So could be a hype. Could be a bunch of people are interested. Don't know exactly. But if you can get any, 45% of the total YGG, which is their token, is reserved for the community and will be slowly dispersed over the 4-year period. That's a lot. So they're basically giving away almost half over 4 years to the community, which is good to see because this is a community-based group. I've discussed on this before, but it's a play-to-earn guild, and they basically lend out NFTs so that people could play these NFT games because they have very high cost to get into them. And they do a lot of lending and loans and supporting each other and then giving back to the community itself. It's definitely a new wave of the play-to-earn economy and where it's going to go. Visa whitepaper describes NFTs as a promising medium for fan engagement. The non-fungible token market registered $2.5 billion in sales during the first half of 2021. Companies like Visa continue to shine a spotlight on this rapidly growing industry. Professional sports were hit especially hard by the pandemic, with an estimated $18 billion in lost revenue across major leagues worldwide. According to Visa, this further drives the need to diversify revenue and focus on technology to reposition businesses for growth opportunities and to capture the attention of fans. In this sense, NFTs appeal to collectors, fans, teams, leagues, and talent. The report said in particular, NFTs can become the primary source of fan engagement, customer relationship management, and newer revenue streams. The main NFT use cases identified were collectibles, art, and gaming. I think the real big one here is going to be the sports in the future, because those you can actually interact with more with the team. And I really liked, what we've discussed before, is what European soccer league teams have been doing, where they have fan-based tokens where the fans can actually buy the tokens and participate in voting on what the team wants to do. I don't know how much power they actually hold, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think this is something that Green Bay Packers in America will, I mean, they'll be the first thing to do, but they'll be the ones that easiest to be able to do it, since they're already held by fans and they're a fan-owned team. The city owns them. They're not privately owned. But yeah, this is good to see. I mean, Visa also, we touched on that. They purchased recently an NFT. They bought a CryptoPunk, I think, for 150K. And it seems like they're pushing more and more into the space. I think they're doing it because, crypto is a way of getting around payments on centralized banks, previous institutions, and Visa's trying to make sure they don't get left behind. So I like to see that they're following the wave. FTX joins Coinbase Kraken with US GAAP Audit pass. Or GAAP. While this is the first FTX, Coinbase, and while this is the first for FTX, Coinbase and Kraken have historically passed the US GAAP standards. FTX's trading model differs from other cryptocurrency exchanges in that it allows for trading tokenized of derivatives, which has been a problem in the past with FTX US branch and FTX branch, and why they have different offerings on them. I don't think there's any other crypto derivatives available in the US. I'm not sure if they're even allowed yet. It is something that we've been working on for the past couple of months, and we are really excited about it, said Brett Harrison, president of FTX.US. While we might not be the first crypto exchange to do so, we are excited about demonstrating the crypto world and also the regulators in general that we are serious about transparency. Sam Bankman-Fried has said in the past that he is pro-regulation. He's all for it. He thinks that it's needed to grow, and it's part of the growing pains of crypto in general to make it more legitimized. And I'm going to have to agree, it does need regulation, depending on what it is, but it needs to be locked down on what everything is. And then down here, they go into explaining how one of the biggest issues that are coming up in these things is whether some tokens are classified as securities and whether they're not classified as securities. And that's the Ripple case that's going on. And we're going to see how that plays out in the future, because then you can't be selling them to unaccredited investors, and then there's a whole other KYC problems, and then that's all things that have to get hashed out in clear language. And once that's clear language, it makes it easier for companies to be trading them tokens and then knowing if they're securities or not classified as securities. Join us tomorrow, though, for our next episode, and we're going to have a special guest, so see you Tuesday.